Hey guys, how's it going? Don't adjust your set. Actually, the picture is black because well, we have no electricity at the moment, so the basement is pitch black. As I pan around, you won't see much, but I do have a flashlight, and I can show you that got the records going on and stuff. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Power went out. Let's go outside. And I've actually talked a lot about how, where I live, we hardly get any rain. Well, you can look at the grass. This speaks for itself. When I say we don't, it never rains in southern Ontario. It just doesn't. So if you want to move here because you don't like rain, well, proof's in the pudding. Happy homebrew, whatever day it is, and cheers. I had more planned for this week, but I can't, unfortunately, I'm not able to do it. Doing a very important project as well, probably spending most of my spare time doing the project. Can't tell you what it is yet, because, well, I can. It involves taking a lot of video footage that I have on tape and transferring it to hard drive so that I can work on it. But that's all I can really say. It doesn't have anything to do with YouTube. It's more of a family thing. But you will see the results when they occur. But that's all I can say. So I'm just sitting out here having a beer. You got to put a cozy on your glass. I got these cozies about a year ago, I guess. All About Homebrew. www.allabouthomebrew.com. There you go. If you have high def, you can read that. I'm just giving them a plug. They sent me this stuff. Probably some other things too. I don't remember. It was last year. Got myself a Cooper's English Bitter here in the glass. And, we had no power for the last few hours. It's a very peaceful day out here. We've got some drought going on here. Wearing one of my new shirts, by the way. Excuse me. These are awesome shirts. They're beautiful shirts, if I may say so myself. I didn't design them. I did help, but we got to give all credit to tgtshirts.com. And I really thank you guys for buying them. It's awesome. It helps keep the cameras rolling. So, limited time offer. If that doesn't sound like a infomercial, I don't know what does. But I thought this would be a little bit interesting. One of my neighbors is moving out, so her basement is empty. Now, her basement is exactly the same as mine, except it's the opposite. It's the other way around because the units are mirrored. But if I can, I will try to reverse the video. So here's where you come down the stairs. There's the furnace. And then we come around here. This over here is where my computer would be, where I do my cast and everything from. And then if you look over here, that would be my couch and my workbench. And my brewing area would be back here. And then the laundry area is there, and there's storage under the stairs. That's basically the size of the basement. Everyone who comes down says, "Oh my God, it looks so much bigger on video." Well, this is the size of my basement when it's empty. So I do a lot down here. My basement's of course full of stuff that I need to do to use. Of course, it's storage too, but yeah, I'll just get back in the corner here and just sort of give you the whole scope of it. These houses have a very small footprint. That's the foundation right there. It's shocking, I know, but
I like it. We love it. It's awesome. Small space, great place.
Anyway, let's give you an update on what I'm doing, what's going on in the brewing realm of things. Finishing off the stout, the chocolate cherry. That I did the final stage just yesterday, so it's ready to go into a keg. Once that stage, well, actually now I can actually edit the video all together and show you the whole thing. It took about, I guess, a month or more to make the beer, but I'm telling you right now, I can take my glasses off, but it's really bright out here. I'm telling you right now that this beer is going to be absolutely incredible, and you know, we'll show you the whole process when I get the video out, which is soon, as soon as I get the thing edited. So, and if you want to brew the beer, then, well, you can. You can just order a kit from them, get it, and brew it. And I would, well, let's just wait and see what it tastes like. I guess that's probably the best way to do this. Let's not be biased, all right? I'm not trying, I don't want to be, you know, I'm not Ron Popeil, all right? Let's just wait until we taste it, see what it tastes like, and then we'll go from there. How's that sound? Okay? My power went out, all my clocks are flashing. Yeah, I guess it could be worse, couldn't it? It could be worse. But at least I've got like a decent beer in the keg, a Raider. I'll just pull that off for you guys. Let's take that right off so we can see the beer. It's a Cooper's English Bitter. You know, the thing about these pre-hopped beer kits, and I'm not going to start beating the horse again, I promise I won't do that, but is that every time you brew them, they're the same. It's consistent. That you can get the same beer every single time. So that's what I like about them, is that, you know, I know when I brew a specific one, I know what I'm going to get. It's just, it's good for my pipeline, because especially this time of year when I need, well, I don't need, nobody needs it, but I want some nice cold beer in this middle of the summer. I want to know what I'm getting. I want to know what I'm going to be drinking. It's like most people go to the beer store or the store and they buy beer. They know what they're buying. They know what they're bringing home. They know what they're going to crack open and drink when they hang back and drink. That's what I like about the kits. It's very nice out today. It's very warm. The sky is absolutely blue as it gets. Not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful. Probably the only thing that actually got me out here with the camera was the fact that it was such a nice day. So I'm so tired and helping the neighbor move and the power outage and all, yeah, just stuff. I was trying to do things and I lost information on my computer and frustrated. But this is working out for me quite nicely. It's funny what happens to these beers when you get them out in the sun. They get skunky. Even I'm not in the sun. I'm not in the sun. I've got a thing on it. It still gets that skunky sort of smell to it, you know? I don't know. Maybe it's just the mixture of the outside air and the beer. I'm not sure. I do these videos on my spare time. And this week I haven't really had a lot of spare time because I've been doing some very important video archiving from cassettes. I have this old video camera. I'll show you guys this next week. I'll put this all together for you. We'll have a extravaganza next week of stuff that's been held back because I've been so busy. This old video camera, these birds can only make that one sound. This old video camera from 1999, I think it was. Old Sony TRV 103 is the model. And I still have the tapes that were never converted over to digital. And I thought, you know what, I better do this while the camera still works, because these things do fail. They're little VCRs, you know. These old cameras, they weren't just like today where you got, you know, a little microchip in there and it's just, you know, these were VCRs. that, you know, the heads would spin up, the tape would thread, you know, and would record onto a tape. Well, these little cameras don't work anymore very often. So you got to transfer stuff off. I got lots of footage of my kids when they were younger and whatnot that I have to get off onto the computer, onto a hard drive, and multiple hard drives, so it's backed up. And I've been working on that for a few days now. It's been very busy for me. So that's what's happening. That's it for me. Hear that? That's a great echo. Anyways, I'm weird like that. I listen to stuff like that. I always observe acoustics and echoes and stuff, and I think that comes from my musical background, where I'm always looking for sounds and acoustics and things, how to make things sound neat and better and whatnot. But that was cool. I've actually never noticed that we had that here. The grass is dying. We've had such a drought, as we do every single year. You know what? I hear people complaining about rain all the time. If you want to send that to me, some rain, I'll give you a P.O. box. We need rain here. This grass is dead. You know, Southern Ontario, no rain. Ever. So if you can send some rain my way, I would really appreciate that. Put it down in the comments. Just say rain, exclamation mark. We'll see what happens. See if we can do the rain dance. Right? You and me, do the rain dance. Get some rain around here, because it's terrible. I can't even grow my own garden. It cost me a fortune for water. You've heard me mention many times the 17 Brew Crew Forum. So at the end of the day, we have the 17 Brew Crew Forum, which is what I really wanted in the first place, because I wanted our own forum. I wanted somewhere where I knew I could go and post and answer things, where we weren't alienated by, you know, old hat brewers that have been like, there's forum. Listen, I'm not boycotting any forums out there. There's quite a handful of great homebrew forums, and if you need to know something or do some research on homebrew, there's no shortage of great resources out there on YouTube and Google and the forums and everything. I mean, if you have a question, there's other forums out there that have been around for a long time, and I'm not boycotting anybody. But sometimes when you have a forum that's been around for a long, long time, that has had people in it that have been there for a decade or more, sometimes you get the bedside manner can sometimes be a little less than perfect. Let's just put it that way. And if there's anybody watching this video who's been part of a forum for a long, 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 long time, and I know names. I can think of. I'm not going to mention any names, but I know the names of some people in the Homebrew Talk forum that have been there so long, and they just, they're very confident, and they've got popularity, and they're basically kind of owning the place, if you know what I mean. And that's all good. It's nice to be that person. It's also nice for people who go into a forum where there is a person like that, when they know that that person is going to be understanding and open-minded. And I've found over the years that not all of the old hats and the old forums are like that. They're not all open-minded. They're not all kind, and their bedside manner needs a little bit of tweaking. So if you're a new brewer, sometimes it might not be of your, in your best interest to go into I'm just telling this from experience. There's a forum out there, and I'm not going to say which one it was, where like back in 2009, 2010, 2000, around that area, my name was being dragged around like pretty bad. Why? Because I'm an advocate of simple ways of brewing beer. I'm not just an all-grain brewer. I entertain all the different ways of making it. So if somebody comes into a very well-established, years-old forum, and says, hey, I've got this, Muntins pre-hopped beer kit. You know, what should I do? And some guy who's been in there for 10 years comes along and says, throw it away. Brew all grain. That's not the answer that people are looking for. You know, I think for me, it's like anything else. It's like, you know, people have worry so much about what kind of car they're driving and how much it's worth and you know, what the horsepower and all this stuff. Just be glad we're able to drive. Just be glad that we have the privilege of being able to, you know, use machines like that and have the trust of society to drive and, you know, not, hopefully not kill anybody in the process. You know, with making beer and wine and things like that, we're not allowed to make spirits in most countries, but, you know, I'm just so glad that we can. And that, you know, it went from prohibition, you know, decades ago to now, yeah, you can brew your own beer. You can make the beer the way you want to make your beer. And if you want to take an hour to do it, or if you want to spend all day doing it, that's completely up to you. There are people out there who worry about, you know, me. Like, I have a lot of subscribers, and I have, you know, quite a, I guess, sort of an outreach, I suppose. We don't want somebody like me misguiding people into brewing, you know, doing things in ways that aren't necessarily the best. And I think that's probably genuinely the concern of the few people that do disagree with the way I do stuff. I'm hoping that that's their concern, really, is that they just don't want, you know, me to be like pointing people in a direction, you know, that they wouldn't necessarily want people to go in. But I try not to do that. I try to be open-minded, of course, and not be, you know, religious, if you will, into any particular style of brewing. It'd be like me saying, well, I only like stouts. If you're going to brew beer, just brew stouts. Why brew anything else? It's ridiculous. These lawnmower beers, these things are horrible. They taste like piss, you know. Stouts and porters, that's all you can do. Well, that's not my choice to make. That's your choice to make when you buy or make your own beer, as it is your choice to, you know, make it the way you want to make it. And I'm not going to beat that horse again. But, you know, as I said before, I think when push comes to shove, most people just have to be happy that we're allowed to make it, and that the ingredients out there right now are so plentiful. There's hops, there's yeast, there's grains everywhere now. And home brewing has never been as big as it is today. I think it's really important for home brewers, whether they're new home brewers or, you know, old hat home brewers that have been doing it for years and years and years, that we all have the ability to realize that, you know, innovation happens, changes happen, people get busier, people get less busy. People want to move up, they want to move down, they want to get simple, they want to get more complicated. And the technology and innovation that we have in the homebrew industry now, anyway, is far better than it was 15 years ago. I mean, 15 years ago, the liquid malt extract probably wouldn't have been the best. It wouldn't have been that great at all. But now with the demand that we have and the freshness, because it's being turned over in so short a time, that, you know, you can get it so fresh. If you want to have a little bit of fun and have your question answered on next week's Homebrew Wednesday, then ask it down below, and I will get to as many of them as I possibly can. I enjoy that, and I have no problem answering questions, even if they're not homebrew related. Now, if you have questions about vinyl, and when I say vinyl, I mean, got some new ones, by the way. I saved this to last because if you're not interested, you can always click off the video. This is I'm actually going to cover that up. I don't know how YouTube would respond. This is the Led Zeppelin Houses of the Holy. And the reason I cover that is because it comes with a strip of white, like a band across here. And the same with the back. I'll just quickly show you there. There it is. It's an album cover. What am I going to do? There's a strip. It came with that on it. I don't know why they would do this. Have that kind of an album cover. If I was an artist or a rock band, I would never I'm surprised it didn't get banned. Maybe it did in some countries. I'm not sure. Anyway, Ellen Parsons, Eve. What a great record. Awesome stuff. And she's cute, too. There you go. Alan Parsons, Eye in the Sky. Is that what it's called? Eye in the Sky? Yep. Genesis. These ones I paid a couple bucks for, and they're actually in really good condition. And the only one that I bought that I'm not happy with is Supertramp. Crisis, what crisis? Having a hell of a time finding a mint copy of this record. I can't play it. It's not in good condition. But out of all those records, it's the only one that I got that I wasn't happy with. And that. So, just a little short thing at the end of the video there is to show you guys. If you want to check out my vinyl channel, I'll put a link down below. It's called Vinyl TV. And I'll be talking more about vinyl on that channel. It's been a little while since I posted on there, so you know I'm due for a video on there. Absolutely. Listen, all the links you need to know about are down below, and as far as I'm concerned, anyway. And I'm going to let you go. I'm going to finish this beer up. I really appreciate your watching the video and thumbing it up if you like it and thumbing it down if you don't. Also, push your questions down below, and I'll answer them next week, as many of them as I can. All right? Don't forget. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good week, and we'll see you real soon. Cheers. Take care. 17.